Hello, welcome back. Last time, Monster ate some popcorn, and then I ended up in this highly interconnected set of islands where there's like a lot of stuff to do. So rubber duck down there. I would like to get to it, and I'm not sure what the right angle is. It's entirely possible it's not from here, because I do spot that it's awfully close over here. So if I could raftify that, then I could be there. However, I'm not sure I could raftify that. Okay, well, press this button a whole lot. Can I just hold it? I can. Huh, it goes at different speeds. Those intervals are not all the same. Okay, so anyway, I'm here. Let's just keep moving forward from here. I can do this if I want to recover that, and do what with it? I don't know, what am I trying to do here? I have a hunch that the rubber duck access is supposed to be from the south. However... there's no however. Yeah, I think it's probably from the south. It might not be, though. So I think I'm trying to go here right now. Oh, I can't look around. Oh, right, I can only look around a little bit. I have to wait for things to zoom out if I'm sitting. Gotta stand up to get a higher vantage point. Hey, check it out. There's just like a log there that I sliced long ago. Yeah, what is going on there near that windmill? How did I chop that log but not go north to the windmill? There's a monster post box over there. Well, I can't get a larger view than this, so that's just how it's going to be. Alright, so what am I doing? I can either do that and put it in the water. That seems quite useless. There's no rafting from that position. Or do this and maybe have some use. If I'm doing that, I'm kind of locked into doing this. Or I come around from the other way and chop it this way. I don't currently know a way to get to this island from another side, though. So I'm probably doing those things. Or maybe I just want to discard it there. That's entirely possible. Okay, so what am I trying to do? If I could discard this and put... Okay, so I see that I could have that as a barrier for moving this thing around and not be able to do anything more with it. Okay, well I could have it a different way. Still be in bad shape. Yup, I sure could. Yep, okay, so none of that's accomplishing anything good. Then that goes in the water, and this doesn't accomplish anything good at all, ever. Okay. So, I don't know what I'm doing then. There's no potential for pushing this further north that I can see. Oh, wait a second. That might lead to something good. Okay, so let's go back to when I was on this. Oh, there we go. Look at that formation. It won't quite work. It will quite work. Neat. Okay. I did a turnable L shape. Nifty. Alright, so here's a way to step across the water once. Whoa, look at that thing. It's a house of cards. Okay, a very, very ornate one. Oh, and there's another tree I can chop too. This one's two-way traversable. This layout over here on the left reminds me of another puzzle I was just in recently. Okay, so I can put that tree back the way it was. I can't quite just push this down because I can't push south from there. Is this thing here raftable? Oh, that's weird. If I'm holding some direction on the look stick, I can't stand up. I have to not be looking to stand up. And I have to be standing to be able to really look. The strange rules of monster eyes. Where are your eyes? I don't see any. You're just like an egg shape. With no real features. Other than backpack, legs, and arms. Where did that popcorn go exactly? I'm gonna have to watch that animation more closely. So, things I can do. I can do that. I can do this. And if I could raftify that, which I think I maybe can, then I'd be in good shape. Yeah, sure. That's no problem. Oh, and I can travel on that raft too. Okay. House of Cards. Less of a house and more of a gazebo. This type of human architecture required considerable dexterity to assemble. Humans would have found life far easier if they had just thought of gluing the cards together. Oops, I didn't actually mean to do that right then, but that's what happened. I pressed left one time too many. 2 times too many, I guess. I had no business on the... Oh, hey! Well, look at this snowman that's been revealed to me. Alright, so hard hat snowman here. Oh, hey, I wanted to be here. And now I am. So what was up with this? When was I here and why didn't I do this? Like, this log is just on the ground here. Oh, wait, am I back at the very beginning where I accidentally rafted away and that's what... Yeah, that's what happened. I was here on a little raft. I pushed that log here. I rolled it up that way. I pushed it there. Then it was upright and I was there and I pushed it north and by surprise I was whisked away to a whole new world of puzzling. But now I'm back at the beginning so I can do this. Ha! Alright, I completed the circle. Air mixer. Human air was composed of different gases like nitrogen, oxygen, argon, and carbon dioxide. Obviously humans didn't want too much of any one gas in the same place, so they invented big air mixers to disperse them evenly. Alright then. Master post. Let's look around. Yeah, there's the start. Neat, I'm back at the start of the game. Okay, I am highly interested in trying to solve some things here I wasn't able to before, but also there's this path though, so maybe I'll just explore this for a bit. Looks as though I want to raft there. Looks as though it's not too hard to get one. I don't know what I want here other than maybe a raft here? That seems likely. Now with those trees like that, oh, I gotta knock the leaves off and then I can... Ha! That's funny. Alright then. So this won't make a mega raft, it just makes 2 next to each other. So I can raft there. Let's not do it just yet. I'll do it on the way back. I don't know if that's 2-way traversable just yet. Okay, so you're gonna be like this, are you? Okay, so this... No. Okay, so it must be the... Sure, that works. I'll sacrifice this to have that. That's a fine sacrifice. Okay, so there's a raft to come back to. I'm trying to be sure I remember. That doesn't seem right. Neither does that, but actually maybe it is. If I do that and then this, then I can put that there. There we go. Alright, log sacrifice world. Plums from human icebox. We have exhibited the plums that were in some kind of human icebox and which were labeled Philippa's breakfast. Apologies to Philippa, but they looked delicious and filled a gap in our collection. Okay. If there's some meaning to that beyond face value, I don't see it. But I'll take it at face value for now. So there's this, sure. What about you, tree? You're going to be chopped from the left and used to bridge up here. Got it. Okay, I'll leave you where you are for now. I guess this is just this. Oh, sure. That works. Not quite the way I expected it to. What did I expect? Of course it's going to work that way. Now this suspiciously empty island. Oh, probably has something to do with the bearded snowman. However, that's clearly accessed from the south. There's nothing I can do from here to get there. I have no particular interest in rafting to this spot. Or do I? Yes, I do. Because I can chop down that tree and go south. Yeah, if I build a raft here, I can do a thing by resetting that island. And that's why... Okay, so I found a purpose to the suspicious one. I won't be getting back so easy, though. That's fine. I can come back here and reset another way. Question is, how do I build a raft in that spot? That looks difficult, but I think maybe I can see a way to doing it. Oh boy. I guess I could start by doing this. That'd be fine. That's not exactly what I was planning. I think I can untie this knot. There we go, there's one piece. And can this just go? Not quite. You're gonna need some more help. That won't help. Oh dear. Yeah, this is a problem. I can do this and get stuck. I can do... no, that doesn't accomplish anything. I can do this and get stuck. Okay, so I managed to get one in the water there. How did I do that? I think I did this, 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 and then that was just able to push there from where it was, if I get this out of the way. Okay, so that's not hard to repeat. Different chessboard colors right now. Okay, so can I change... So where you were useful as that. I need to change something about the way you are. See, there's no productive left pushing from there. That just goes in the water. Yeah, if there were something to block it in the water, then it would stop there and be in a different place. Not necessarily better. Yeah, so there's one, but other one is stuck. So what would help you? Oh. Something I can't do, right? It's like I can do this, this, and then that, and get that stuck. Can I make a land raft? Yes. No. But that does position you in that spot, and I think that's better. I no longer think that's better. Maybe it is, though, somehow. No, that seems entirely worse. Wait, unless... Okay, so I changed your parity, allowing you to go. Okay, but now what about the other one? Can I pull a similar trick? Maybe? I think so, actually. Okay, so both of those should now just roll into place, right? Yeah, just a lot of... Oh, no they don't. Not so easy. You need assistance, but I can provide assistance, I think. No, not so easy. No, that's just this arrangement again. Hold on, how did this happen? Okay, so which one of those was able to go? This one is. And I changed nothing about how it was. But we're on the same chessboard color now, so why can't I just go? Oh, just because... Wait. No, you can't. No, neither of you can right now. So you need to change like this. Then you can roll. But I need something more yet. Yeah, okay. So, chessboard color is not the only important attribute here. There's also having enough space to push twice in the same direction to get it upright on its same color. So I can't move diagonally and keep upright. That's the important thing to note here. I can't do this without losing that log. I can do that. Alright, I changed something. This doesn't seem productive. No, this seems terrible. I don't like it. Yeah, this is like the worst layout here. So, hang on, let me try one more time to make a land raft. That's impossible here because it would require a horizontal one in this position. That will never happen. Because no pushing right from this point because there's water here, and no rolling up because I'd need an obstacle here, and no rolling down because there's water here. So if I want to land raft, what if this were here, and that tree was still intact, and I pushed south? I wonder what would happen. I don't think that's a thing I can set up. It's a thing I can set up. What will it do? Oh, it stacks. And then that rolls off. Okay, well this doesn't accomplish anything except for teaching me a lesson. Alright. Well, that's useful to know. So I can stack if they don't roll all the way over. So what I want is a way to reorient this here and just get the two together. If I were to do that, I still couldn't push the raft into the water because this geometry doesn't allow it. I would jump onto the raft here instead of pushing south. So no, I need to build the raft there. How certain am I that... Well, now, hang on. I see the silhouette of a tree just through the clouds directly south of that snowman, so I think getting to that island lets me... Yeah, okay, so I'm just trying to raft south from there. I don't know if that's even productive. Okay, let's walk away from this one for a moment. Because I had a lot of other threads to pull at. This one I don't want to touch yet. I know what that's doing. That log was a sacrifice, that log was a sacrifice. That's fine. There is stuff over here. There's no way I'm going to get anything to it from there, so I'd have to do this. Alright, let's try that. Two-way traversable, great. That's a bear, I think. No, it's a boar. Bear boar. A stuffed toy boar! Monster experts suggest that part of the human condition was the urge to turn any object into a stuffed toy. This plush wild pig is a mild manifestation of the affliction. We've also unearthed plush toilets, plush instruction manuals, and plush... fish fingers? What are fish fingers? Fish don't have fingers, they have fins. Those don't have fingers on them. Fish fingers. That probably means something, I just don't know what. Or maybe in the 2700s or whenever this takes place, or whenever is the time period this is documenting, fish had evolved fingers. That would be some incredibly fast evolution, so no, that doesn't fit in. Okay, so how... yeah, sure, just sacrifice once again. Oh, no, I can't just sacrifice, can I? Maybe. Maybe not. Hi, monster. Well, that's half a raft. Wait, why couldn't I... Oh, lots of reasons. Hold up, I can do this, so that's what that space is for. Oh yeah, there's the other half of the raft, sure. And I didn't need that there for this. Okay, so it's just that bit of disentanglement. Can do. And now I'm here. Neat. Okay, so I want... Oh wait, it's not that simple. Yeah, it's not that simple. At this point in the game, it never is. Looks like it's maybe this simple, though. There we go. Okay, so this lets me do all those moves and get here. See how much I get done when I don't just stick with a stuck puzzle. I'm gonna have to come back to it, sure, but not immediately. It can wait. How's this ever gonna happen? With that rock there, I'm having trouble imagining it. Okay, now I've imagined horizontal log there in that water, roll a vertical log across to get there. That's probably what it is. Okay, that part's easy to set up. What about the other part? Perhaps less so. Okay, that's the only way that can go. Oh boy. Alright, so vertical log exactly here would require upright log here. All this can really do is that. But then it goes sploosh. Sploosh. I can do this and sacrifice that one and lose my means to make a bridge. Would that even do what I wanted? Yes. Yes, it would. No, it wouldn't. Yes, it would. Yeah, so that lets me do that part. So I'm going to do that without sacrifice, if possible. I can do that. No, I can't. Not the way I wanted to. So none of these trees draw orthogonal lines from each way so basically like a pound sign centered on the tree, extending to infinity. No obstacles there. One obstacle here, but it's across the water from there. No obstacles here. No obstacles here. For you. No obstacles here. No obstacles here. None here. And none here. So I have to create my own. Alright, so thinking in that shape might help me. Is that the only way to move any trees around? I think so. Like without rolling them into the water. Now rolling into the water is involved here. It's just that I want to do it differently. And I require some obstacles for making the rest of this happen. Okay, so by putting that there and this here, it's an obstacle and it puts itself into the right position, and there's nothing more to it than that. Okay, that's actually very simple. Just had to swap which tree I used for what. Okay, sure. Rafting east from there. Gonna go to a whole new place as far as I can tell. Alright, I can build the raft. I could take the raft too, probably. So if I do this, then that puts that in a bad spot. But this puts it in a good one. Sure. I'm going to need to use that for this. Maybe, maybe not. That's an even number, that's changed nothing, and in fact gotten it stuck. Okay, so left tree needs some assistance from right tree. I can't do that. I do this though. Alright, so color has changed. This one can just go on its own. Oh, but color's going to change back. Okay, color has changed back. Okay, color's changed again. Maybe that's enough? Maybe that's enough. Whoops, it is. Okay. Well, sure, let's go. I just feel like to play this game comfortably, I have to be okay with leaving puzzles behind and knowing that I'll come back to them. Yep, I'm stuck here. Sandy place, palm trees, monster post. Okay, sure. I can go back now, maybe. Yeah, there's a monster post there. Alright, I would love to get the one I was stuck on done. Let's give... It wasn't here. Where was it? It was where that bearded snowman was. Past the plums. So I really wanted to... There are 2 raft points here. Okay, those are just flowers the monster is sitting around. I was trying to figure out what is on your arm and leg. Nothing. Just sitting around the flowers. So there are 2 raft points here. There's one there, and there's one there. This one's more interesting to me. It's the one that I kept trying to get to, but maybe I should try and get there too. So how much work does that take? Okay, so pound sign around this tree and this tree. The only spot that looks good is right here, so the only first move that seems productive is this one. Because if I follow this line, I get into a corner. If I follow, whoops, this line, I get into a corner. Unless that log is there, and then that changes things. Allowing me to put the first part of the raft there, and that's actually all it takes to raft here. Yeah, so that's clearly by far the easier raft spot. Making me think more strongly that this is the way to the snowman. It's also just the way to another island. Okay, so I put another raft there. Yeah, that's not useful. Okay, I really do want it in the other position. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to visit this island. There. I'll be back. So I'm going to go back and reset that. Alright. So with that understanding... Yeah, this pound sign way of thinking definitely speeds things up a little bit. Because yeah, it gives me a very quick analytical tool to see that the only first move can be this one, to not get things stuck. Unless I'm okay with things going in the water. But if things are going in the water, they have to go here. Okay, so there may be other shapes I can visualize overlaid. Like, say, for a log that's down there. I think those are much simpler and not worth calling out. Okay, so I've been kind of close to this. Like, those moves get me half a raft, but then they get stuck with this. It's in the wrong color, and it really can't go anywhere. Okay, so like an upright log can become an if I have, let's see, if I have solid ground here, place I can get into there, solid ground here, then I can transfer it diagonally by 2 steps. I don't want to do that. I want it horizontal here. Or upright here, and currently it's in the wrong color to do both of those things. So before I commit to putting that one in the water, how can it help me? I can't affect that from here. Can't do anything from this position. If I were okay with that sacrifice, would this be useful? Yes. Yes, it would. Okay, so if I could... If I could what? No, there is no if I could. Things need to be the way they are to be the way they are. Like, this formation's not hard to get into. If I can prove that what I'm trying to do here is impossible, then maybe I can focus on... Okay, well, now hang on. I don't even have to prove anything impossible, and that also won't ever happen. So let's use this pound sign thinking to think about land rafts. So right now, I want to prop a log up on that tree, and that's not going to happen. Hold on, no, land raft is no good. Even if I were able to push it into this position, which I'm not, I couldn't push it south because you jump off a stump onto a raft. You don't push the raft from the stump. So no land raft. Land raft, bad idea. The only way I'm getting down here is by going across this log. That's not productive. So if I undo, the long log remains whole. If I reset, it remains sliced. But I'm going to be resetting this anyway once I have the raft in that position. So, like, I'm glad this position's fully resolved. I don't need to pay any attention to that anymore. I will not be doing that ever. How sure am I that this is possible? Like 80%? It seems very intentional that this rock is here, and that a not trivial but pretty easy solution leads to that going to the east, which is not useful since I have already done a better raft elsewhere. And I am very distinctly shown the snowman from here, making me think that solving this a different way has something to do with him. And this very conspicuously was a nothing tree, and the only purpose it looks like it could have is a push-off point to raft to the south. So yeah, like, just everything lines up so perfectly for that. This has to be what I want to do. So those are my only two really available first moves. From here. I had to have you there to rescue this. So this is now rescued. Now I can put it there and forget about it for a moment, maybe. But there's nothing I can accomplish up here. I can do this, and that's useless. Okay, so this just bonks and goes nowhere. This pushes upright and we'll roll that in the water. This gets that stuck. And this is the formation I've looked at a lot of times, but don't see how to get out of. There's nothing doing with this, obviously. Make a raft. Yeah, sure. Man. No, I really do need this with both of those logs. But I just see no additional moves I can make from this setup. Because that pushes that over. If it didn't push it over, it still wouldn't actually be helpful, so maybe that's fine that that move doesn't work. Really, I just want this log in an identical spot to where that log is. Okay, so the most interesting thing I can do that I haven't been focusing on was this. So if I start the puzzle like that, what new things does that open up for me? Okay, so they're differently oriented now. I can do this, which doesn't look great to me. Okay, that's rescuable. It's different, though. Maybe different can lead somewhere good. I don't see where I could possibly go from here, though. This seems just entirely bad. Yeah, I don't see anything good happening from this. I can do that. And then this. And get that stuck. Yeah, no. Not what I want. Yeah, alright, so whatever move gets me a raft here is just completely eluding me right now. I'll probably be editing this video and I'll see, oh, this is how I do it, and in like 10 seconds you'll see me come back with a solution. Or maybe not, maybe it will remain invisible to me, and I'll solve it some other day. Alright, whatever happens, I guess I'll see you next time.